That was a really compelling read. I'm concerned that we have senators who can't speak off the cuff. Here to respond is Senator Josh Hawley, who sits on the Senate Judiciary Committee, but was actually in the room. Well, Senator, your colleague, Senator Harris, says that Amy Coney Barrett will be an affront to the principle of equal justice under the law. Your response tonight?
You know, well, first of all, in terms of sounding scared, I thought Senator Harris sounded scared, and I can see why, because Amy Coney Barrett is one tough customer. She sat in there in that chair for 12 hours, 2 different days, answered every question that came at her. And I think there's a reason Senator Harris didn't want to show up in person. She didn't actually want to go toe-to-toe with Judge Barrett because it's clear who came out on top. So listen, the Democrats, bottom line, Laura, the Democrats don't know what to do with a strong, independent woman of faith who is unabashedly pro-life and not backing down from her convictions. She carried the day the last 2 days. The only thing that's an affront is the Democrats. They're an affront to this whole constitutional process. They tried to make a mockery of it. They lost.
Senator Hirono, for people who missed it, made this claim about Judge Barrett.
In accepting your nomination, you described Justice Scalia as your mentor. That's been mentioned many times before. It appears that you may be even more to the right of Justice Scalia, whom you described as the staunchest conservative.
That was another Oliver Wendell Holmes there. Senator, I watched this just having clerked on the court, and I had the privilege of knowing Justice Scalia quite well, and of course Justice Thomas. And I see these senators up there, and I think, is this really the best the Democrats can do? Is Hawaii really proud of Mazie Hirono?
You know, it was quite a performance by the Senate Democrats over these last 2 days, trying to twist Judge Barrett's words, trying to make stuff up out of whole cloth, attacking her for faith. You know, they said they wouldn't, and then they went right on ahead and did. Senator Leahy attacked her for speaking to a group of Christian law students. I mean, imagine that, the horror of it. Senator Blumenthal, Senator Hirono attacked her for adhering to the positions of her Catholic faith. Again, imagine that. There are only 65 million Catholics in America. Imagine a devout Catholic. Who would think? This kind of stuff is just outrageous, and they're going to lose. Laura, is the bottom line here. They're going to lose. Judge Barrett did not back down 1 inch, and I couldn't be more proud to support her.
And really quickly, Senator, your reaction to that story from the New York Post today, based on emails between Hunter Biden and Burisma officials. Now, among them was one from this Burisma executive who thanked Hunter for, quote, the opportunity to meet your father and spent some time together. Senator, you know, look, this story stunk from the very beginning. But now the aftermath is Facebook and Twitter censored it, and anyone who shared it. You've spoken about the immunity these companies get. What is going on here?
Yeah, it's basically at this point, Laura, big tech versus democracy. I mean, that's what it is. These tech companies want to rig an election. They want to control what we read. They want to control journalists in this country. They want to control the news. And we just can't let them. And that's why I will be inviting and asking Facebook and Twitter to come testify under oath to my subcommittee in the United States Senate. The American people deserve answers. I've also asked the Federal Election Committee to open an investigation. You know, this looks like to me like an in-kind campaign contribution to the Biden campaign. I want to know, what contacts did Twitter and Facebook and others have with the Biden campaign when they decided to start censoring this New York Post story on behalf of the Bidens? This thing just stinks. It reeks. And this is going to pull the lid off, I think, on just the corruption surrounding big tech.
Now, and Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, Senator, put out a statement earlier tonight saying our communication around our actions on the New York Post article was not great, and blocking URL sharing via tweet or DM with zero context as to why we're blocking unacceptable. Well, that's not saying they're unblocking it, though, Senator, right? It's just saying that we needed to explain why we blocked it.
Yeah, you know, it's so insulting. I read that statement, and I was insulted by it. It insults the intelligence of every single American citizen. I mean, we're not stupid. We conceived that Twitter rushed to suppress this story, to censor it on behalf of the Bidens, just like Facebook rushed to do the same thing. Yeah, this is the fix is in. They want to rig the election and use their monopoly power, and we can't let them do it.
No. And the Senate has to act. You guys have to hold the Senate, and then that legislation has to move forward. Senator, great to see you tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.